let me tell you why more and more girls my age are looking for an older man to date now. And for reference, I'm 24. So I feel like it's a known fact by now that I've been single for the past 5 years.
Oh, damn.
And typically, I've really only dated guys around, like, my age range, so, like, mid-20s. And it's been a disaster. They can't be loyal to save their lives. They're boring. Like, sorry, but it's true. They're not adventurous at all. And it's the same thing with every one of them. But older guys, they're wise, they'll treat you like a princess, they're loyal, and just so many other things. But, like, I've never had a guy go downtown on me before. But, like, think about it. An older guy would never stand for that. I need better.
Do you guys believe her, or is she looking to be a sugar baby, looking for a sugar daddy?
I was just leaving my apartment and watched as this couple walks out to their car, and the guy literally walks his girlfriend to the passenger side door, opens it for her, shuts it behind her, and, like, does that happen? Like, do men like that exist in real life? Because I can't believe I watched that at home. Like, we were not in public. I was the only one watching, obviously from my car, but, like, that is so cute, and that is a man. Like, that is a man. The bar is on the floor, but I was just watching that, I was like, shit, like, go off, king.
Okay, so I literally met the love of my life this weekend and got cut off by him before the weekend even ended, and I'm devastated and heartbroken. So Friday I went to a happy hour and I'm starving, so I'm just like scarfing down my food. I don't notice a guy come sit down next to me. So he's sitting down, I hear him talking, I look over to see the most beautiful man I've ever seen. On a 1 to 10 scale, this man was a 20, he was gorgeous. So he starts talking to me and he's like, can I get you a drink? Of course. So he gets me a drink, we're laughing, we're talking, and I'm like, oh, I have to run to the mall before they close, like, nice to meet you. He's like, oh, I'll come with you. Comes to the mall with me. Afterwards, he's like, I'm going out tonight with my friends, I really want you to pull up. Of course. But that doesn't happen. I come home, I shower, I fall asleep, I completely forget all about it. So the next day, he's like, hey, missed you last night, can I take you to brunch today? Again, of course. So I meet him for brunch, and he's like, oh, what are you doing today? I tell him I have to run an errand, and then I have some friends coming in town tonight, I'm hanging out with them. He's like, oh, can I see you after your errand? I want to spend the day with you. The adult thing would have been like, no, I'm sorry, like, let's do tomorrow, something. But again, he was gorgeous and I'm weak. And I was like, of course you can spend the day with me.
So apparently she met a new guy that she actually liked, and they ate brunch together, and he asked her to let's get together later on this evening.
So I start running my errand and I tell him like, hey, this is taking a really long time. I'm really sorry. And he's like, oh, no problem. Just hit me up when you free up. I never freed up. Never hit him back. Never contacted him again. Went out with my friend, stayed out all night, went out again the next morning. Like, I was just outside. So I text him Sunday night and I'm like, hey. And he's like, hey, what's up? And I was like, oh, just getting ready for the week. You? And he was like, he actually didn't even respond. He just liked the message. So I was like, ... good talk. We good? And he said something really snarky, like related to me not hitting him back. My hair is a mess. Related to me like not hitting him back. And I was just like, I'm sorry, are you mad? And he was like, nah, I'm good. I've not heard from this man since. And it's like, first of all, Judge Judy, relax. We're strangers. Like, I get it, but it's never that serious. Other part of me is like, babe, I've never been in love like this. Please don't let us end this way. And I'm like, do I take my L and keep it pushing? Or do I blow his phone up? Like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, even though you guys just met, it sounded like you wasn't that interested in him. You put him on the back burner for a day or two. Or he probably looked at it like you're showing him that, you know, he's going to have to do all the pursuing. You know, it need to be 50-50. If you're interested in him, you need to be trying to get at him. A lot of guys would look at that as you're not interested. He got to keep it moving. It is what it is. But I do think this guy will double back around to this lady because he knows he has a high percentage chance of putting her on his weekly rotation.
Could you spot me real quick? You want me to spot you?
Yeah.
With the bar?
Yeah.
You?
Yes.
1 second. I'm ready. You go. Oh, yep. Is this doing it for you?
Yeah, I guess.
Really strong. Good job, bro. Keep it up.
That man is genius because he found a way to help without crossing any boundaries. And we know from all the shaming on Gym Talk that this is a real issue. Men are very cognizant right now in the gym about what women think of them. And it's honestly wild to me that we've gotten to this point.
The guest wasn't 50-50. The dishes wasn't 50-50. The laundry wasn't 50-50. The cleaning wasn't 50-50. And that's an everyday motherfucking job. I come home and they got food on the table, got clothes on the bed, got shit everywhere. Like literally. And I'm a clean person. If you've been to my house, I'm organized and clean. So every day I'm exhausted. I'm coming home, I'm cleaning my house. And yes, I do that anyways. But when it's just you, it's just you. When you are cleaning up for a man and his children and other people, it is a whole full-time job and you don't get time for yourself. And that's why women get burnt out, period. And you're no longer happy in your relationship because you're coming home and a man is sitting on the couch because he's tired from work and you're making sure you're catering to him. And let me tell you guys all something. I have done that. And I'm not saying that I will never do it, but I'm letting you know that it feels very draining. And I'm not saying I won't do it, but when I'm going 50-50 on you.
I take pride in doing it.
So what?
I don't give a fuck. I think it's.
So what?
Okay.
So what?
Cool.
So what? So what? So what?
I don't understand. Where is the value in that? Where is the value in that?
Well, pause.
Why am I going home and going 50-50 with you and doing all 50 and I'm doing all of the
why does one have anything
First
to
of
do
all,
with
I
the
think
other?
she has a valid point.
Are you?
Now, if she works and she's going 50-50, she's talking about all that, I get that. Why don't you and your guy just hire a housekeeper? Because honestly, the truth be told, guys, a lot of these women, they don't know how to clean a house. Yeah, they making straighten up and clean up a kitchen, but I'm talking about deep type cleaning. They don't even know how to wipe the floor baseboards down. I don't have no problem with nothing she said. It was just the way that she said it. But the bottom line of what she just said was a lot of these women are just making excuses because they don't like that 50-50 conversation. They are hella selfish and they don't want to go 50-50 and clean nothing.
Damn, even Brad got a ring. That's wild. Black people would never. Hey man, y'all know how black folk believe in marriage, don't believe in marriage. That's the white man is the European value institution of marriage. I don't want the government in my love life. Oh my God. But then we'll get on here and preach all this wealth and generational wealth bullshit. And meanwhile, don't believe in marriage, even though that's the foundation to all of this shit. You can't have generational wealth without generations. Just, black folk don't take nothing seriously. We just the most playful ass community you ever fucking seen. Just want to talk wealth and all this shit, but then turn around and don't believe in marriage. So you got a community full of single parent households, forever renters, and LLCs. Well, I'm just too young to get married. No, you just unserious. It's just what it is. You got a bunch of black dudes walking around, well, if it happens, it happens. And you got a bunch of black women walking around thinking shit is a Disney fucking fairy tale. And we also got this impression that, because we don't age like spoiled milk like them, and then when we're 40 years old, we can look like we're 25, that we just got forever. Like, hey, we got all the time in the world. I need to work on myself. I promise you, by the time you look up, you're going to be 30 years old, and you're going to look back and what do you have to show for? What do most of y'all have to show for besides fucking single parent babies? Nothing. Just a bunch of bodies and babies.
Spent so much time pointing at my husband, pointing out the things that I wish he would change, nagging at him for the things that he wasn't. I spent so many years doing that I could have actually spent working on myself. If I would have been truthful and realized that I was the common denominator of my failed relationships. It's me, Judge. Yeah, me. I'm the problem. Girl, you're gonna get in this marriage and the enemy will try to deceive you like that man is the problem. It's you. To be honest with y'all, I don't think that I became a good wife until I got to the lowest moment of looking at myself and saying, you're not a good wife. It wasn't until then that I got up and I was like, okay, now that I've faced myself, I can see what I'm working with and I can grow. But as I was continuing to ignore and act delusional like he was the only one with issues, I kept falling in this tunnel. And so a lot of us are running from ourselves and so ready to blame our husbands and he don't do this. Baby, when you go to heaven, God ain't gonna ask you what that man did. He's going to talk to you about you. If I focus on myself, I go on my individual healing journey, I will see why I am the way that I am and how I can get better, but not to arrive in this marriage like, here's the prize. I'm here. Here's your lovely wife. No, girl, you are angry, codependent. You don't know how to serve. You don't know how to just shut up. Let's get real. You're the problem.
Guys, I gotta be honest, we've never seen a woman be this honest before about the fact that she is the problem in all her relationships. Every relationship she had, she did not know how to speak life into this man. That's why I will continue to say that the issue with modern women is once they get a man, none of them got skills to keep him. A lot of these modern women was never taught how to be a gentle, loving, kind wife. And when I saw this post here, I had to share it with you guys because I was like, man, it might be the end of the world coming soon. We actually got a woman out here admitting that it wasn't her husband, it was her.
I tell you what, all these women out here looking for a man like you got, and you got the nerve to be mistreating him? Always slick out your mouth, taking who he is and all he does for granted. Lying to that man's face, telling him he ain't gonna find nobody like you. Well, for his sake, I hope not. Why would he even think about falling in love with somebody else who's treating him like you treating him? Baby, he done went to God and prayed for you. And of course he prayed for himself, but he prayed for the relationship between you two. And by the way things are going, he might be kicking himself in the tail because he probably should have prayed before he got with you. Maybe the relationship would be different, or maybe the person would be different. Either way, if you don't want him, why don't you just let him go? Won't you put your theory to the test? Go ahead. Prove that he won't find anybody like you. I tell you what, you gonna wake up one morning hollering, if I coulda, shoulda, while the next woman is showing you how you should have treated him in the first place.
I get asked this question all the time, in real life and on social media, so someone help me out here. In my opinion, I don't think there is any need for a male to be friends with a female if they're in a relationship. In that relationship, the woman should be fulfilling every need that he has. If she's not, he's either settling or he's using her, in my opinion. But my opinion's right. In my opinion, I see a man with a lot of female friends. I see it as an insecurity, and his attractiveness goes down a few notches. So each time a man says, oh, she's just a friend, it's the ick. That's the ick for me. Because men are natural born leaders, and they should be able to think for themselves, make decisions on themselves, and just be them, you know? So I've met a guy before, this was years and years ago, but some guy was like talking about me to another woman, and he accidentally screenshotted this conversation to me. And I said, why are you talking to another woman about me? And he said, oh, well, I needed some advice on what you meant about this. And I said, well, if you needed some clarification on something that I said, you probably should have just asked me. And I think he was testing me a little bit, and it didn't fly. It didn't work. So if he needs to go to that woman for advice, then hopefully he ended up with her. He probably didn't, because she could see the red flags. But
Oh, so this is about a guy that she used to date who had a female friend that he was talking to about her. These women are always speaking from a place of past trauma.
if he needs to go to that woman for advice, then hopefully he ended up with her. He probably didn't, because she could see the red flags. But yeah, if any man needs advice, if that's the excuse that, oh, I'm friends with her because she gives me good advice, yeah, okay, then go be with her. I understand that there are friendships that are lifelong. You know, me personally, some of you know that I moved around a lot, so I wasn't blessed with like lifelong friends to grow up with like that, so I don't understand that dynamic. But I can understand, like, if you grew up as neighbors and things, but even then, there's typically a history there of something, you know what I mean? I can only speak from a woman's perspective. For a woman, being single, you know, we need somebody that's going to be platonic and not make a move on us every chance they get, to make sure that we're okay. If we don't have a father or brother around, we need someone to just kind of be there if our car breaks down, or to pick up our washer and dryer if it breaks, you know, things like that. So women need some muscle every now and then. And typically, like for me, I'm not going to ask a guy that's in a relationship for help to come to my house. I'm going to ask a single friend, hey man, my washer broke, can you come help me pick this up? Some women completely disregard the relationship, and they'll say, oh, well, we're just a friend. Why is she being so jealous? Like, come on. That's just so disrespectful, and it's a reflection of these people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, my question is, what is the need for a man to be friends with a female if he's in a relationship, besides the obvious? Because for what I think is, He's either keeping her on the back burner in case something goes wrong with his current girl, or he's using the current girl to triangulate and make him look better for the just friend. And the just friend, you know, maybe didn't see them in that light before, and then they bring around this new chick or whatever, and it changes the perspective of them a little bit. So ladies, be careful, because men will use you. I gotta be careful of this as well. Oh, that pizza looks so good. Anyway, that's my question. Why does a man need to be friends with a female if he's in a relationship? Leave some comments. Stay healthy out there.
No, ma'am, that's not true. A lot of men, well, maybe not a lot of men, but some guys like me, I got friends from high school and college. I follow, we talk sometime on Facebook Messenger, just kicking it, just reminiscing on old times. They married, they got families. They are just my female friends. Now, some guys do have, you know, female friends around just waiting on that opportunity, but not real men. We're not sitting around wasting our time just being friends with a woman just for the hopes of waiting to get in her pants. No, we're not doing that. All this says is that this lady here is very controlling in a relationship, and she will want you to get rid of your female friends if you are with her, because she's insecure. But that's all I got in this video. You guys drop a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about what some of these women had to say. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.